This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 223. Your friends really do influence your spending habits, by Sam of FinancialSamurai.com. And I am Dan, your host, and I am here each and every weekday in this new year, reading you some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. Share your ideas with us. I always suggest that to you. Maybe you've seen a blog that you are enjoying, or if you've seen an author that you really like, let us know about it. Come to oldpodcast.com and share your ideas. Happy Wednesday to all of you. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you didn't know, we have 3 other podcasts in our little family where we read blogs to you. They are Optimal Living Daily, Optimal Health Daily, and the newest, Optimal Startup Daily. You can subscribe to all of them to get a lot more blogs read to you for free. And with that, let's go. Let's get to today's post as we optimize your life. Your friends really do influence your spending habits, by Sam of FinancialSamurai.com. I met up with a friend of mine the other day for a function. He rolled up in a new Lexus IS350 that costs about $43,000 out the door. Immediately, I was envious of his wheels, given that I just drive a $20,000 Honda Fit named Rhino. My thoughts of doing the economical thing of buying out the residual value after the 3-year lease expires went out the window. I began fantasizing about what sports car to buy in 2017. No, I told myself several minutes later. Sure, I'd love to drive a fancy car, but I reminded myself that I hate the stress of worrying about damaging expensive things. I enjoy parking in a crowded parking lot and not caring about a door ding. I'd much rather own stuff I can just throw away without any afterthought. Back in 2005 to 2008, I was extremely into collecting fancy watches. One friend had a FOMO YOLO mentality and bought a couple $8,000 IWC watches just because he liked their style. So, of course, I started collecting watches because I thought, why not me too? I've got just as much money as him, and I work harder. The funny thing is, before hanging out with my friend, the most expensive watch I'd ever purchased was a $500 Seiko. Now here I was spending $12,000 on a Rolex stainless steel Daytona. It was nuts. Summertime bucket list. I went to Wimbledon this summer to celebrate my good friend's 50th birthday. He and his family were staying in a $2,500 a night suite at the Berkeley Hotel at Hyde Park. Meanwhile, junior rooms cost $650 a night. I would have none of that. Instead of staying with my friends, I decided to take up an offer from one of my advertising partners and stay at their corporate apartment in East London off Brick Lane for free, baby. The 1-bedroom corporate apartment wasn't very fancy, but it had a kitchen, a bathroom, 2 beds, a balcony, and Wi-Fi. What more does one need? I didn't go all the way to London just to chill out in a room. Taking the tube 25 minutes to meet up wasn't a big deal. Despite not flying first class or staying in the same 5-star hotel as my mates, I was still able to enjoy the same birthday party as the other 80 guests, play at Queen's Club with Mats Wilander, and go watch Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer battle on center court at Wimbledon before they retire. Wimbledon really was a dream come true. There's probably an 80% overlap in lifestyles between the middle class and the wealthy. It's only a marginal 20% of life where the really rich get to experience more than the rest of us ever will. For example, some of the people at the party have NetJets accounts at $100,000 a pop that gets used up at a rate of $6,000 to $10,000 an hour depending on the plane size. One fella lives in a 15,000 square foot mansion in Pacific Heights, but beyond living large and flying private, everything else is pretty accessible to most middle-class and mass affluent people. It might be tougher sending your kids to private school for $40,000 to $60,000 a year, but it's still doable with financial aid, grants, and scholarships. Although my residence wasn't anything fancy, I just remember coming home happily exhausted every day from all the activities. After taking a nap, we'd walk around the corner on Brick Lane to eat the most wonderful chicken shashlik buna at a Bangladeshi restaurant for 25 pounds. Heaven, I tell you. Although it was costly to fly to London and spend a small fortune for Wimbledon tickets to be with my friends, it was worth it. True friends try to make money an afterthought. Your true friends won't make you feel bad about your lack of wealth or your abundant amounts of wealth. They'll just be happy to have you around to hang out. I'm happy to subsidize the Shabu Shabu team dinner bill for this one tennis ace who went 3-0 for us in districts. He's finishing up college and lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with his mother and 2 brothers. On the other end of the spectrum, if your very wealthy friends want to take care of you, then you might as well thank them graciously and let them hook you up. They just want you to feel comfortable and enjoy your company. You can make it up to them in many non-monetary ways. I'm sure hitting with Mats Wilander cost the birthday boy at least $8,000 for the 8 of us for 2 hours, We all just hugged and took pictures afterward and smiled. It's human nature to want what your friends have. Just realize that your spendy friends may very well have much more money than you know due to hidden income, an inheritance, or family assistance. Don't fall into the trap of keeping up with your friends if your income cannot follow along. The comedian Kevin Hart said it best in one of his skits, "Stay in your financial lane." Sports Illustrated reported that 78% of NFL players face bankruptcy or serious financial stress within just 2 years of leaving the game, and 60% of NBA players face the same dire results in 5 years. I find these stats very hard to believe, but surely there is some truth to these scary figures. Don't let your friends influence you to spend way beyond your means. You just listened to the post titled, "Your Friends Really Do Influence Your Spending Habits" by Sam of FinancialSamurai.com. And before we go, don't forget about our other 3 podcasts, Optimal Living Daily, Optimal Health Daily, and Optimal Startup Daily. That's the newest one. They also read some amazing blogs to you, so if you like the premise of this show, definitely check those out too. You can search for the word optimal in the podcast app of your choice, and all 4 of our shows should pop up. And that will do it for episode 223. Tomorrow, we'll be hearing a guest post from Money Boss. So I'll see you there on the Thursday show, where your optimal life awaits.